is making you a better person, taking care of your health, body, your mind. And so I have one more that I'm going to give out to someone who, from the day they showed up, has always been consistent. The hardest driller, wastes no fucking time in class. When it's time to drill, we're here to drill technique. We're not goofing around and wasting time. Ken Ehlers. Ken came to us after training at Militage for a couple of years, I believe, right? And literally, like right when we opened, he signed up and he's been with us ever since. And so I don't care what they taught him at Militage. He's a breaking point black belt. I gave him a blue belt, I gave him a purple belt, I gave him a brown belt, I gave him a black belt. And I'm proud to call him another one of our black belts.
All right, well, I am literally speechless today. I did not expect this at all, so I'm also an emotional guy, especially caught off guard. I guess I want to talk a little bit about gratitude, because I'm extremely grateful for all of you here today to help me drill and train as hard as I like to train, on a continuous basis. Get banged up, beat up. I'm grateful just to stand among these great individuals up here today. I hold a lot of respect for Nate, John, and Mark, and all these other black belts in line. I've looked up to these individuals for quite a long time, and a lot of admiration and gratitude. So I have a lot of just honor to be among this team. Some of the greatest people I've grown to love just got promoted today. So, I mean, I often joke that I couldn't love a man more than I love Vic without knowing a single thing about the guy. Jiu-Jitsu is kind of odd that way, because we're in here, we're busting our butts continuously. We don't get a lot of time to just learn about each other. So it's just odd in that way. If there's a little piece of advice I could give is that, Jiu-Jitsu just has a wealth of character building potential. I wish that I could give you all a glimpse of the past to when I first started training and just how much of a schmuck I was. And just through enduring this, and the trials and tribulations of daily life in training Jiu-Jitsu, it made me a little bit less of a schmuck. You mentioned I started training at Militage quite a long time ago, over 10 years ago. And Jiu-Jitsu has evolved just leaps and bounds since then. What I was training back then just would not fly in the room today. So it's been great to just be a part of how this has evolved. And I have a lot to thank for Nate for spearheading locally the Jiu-Jitsu here, John for just being the spearhead in the Midwest area, and just a lot of gratitude. So thank you all. My wife for putting up with me. I don't know if she's to get along with, especially when I don't train. So she's often the person like, get to the gym, go. Get those wiggles out. So my goal here, I guess, on out is to represent this black belt. Like they were mentioning, imposter syndrome is a very real thing. I touched on this just this week. So I've dealt with it, struggled with imposter syndrome on like every belt level. Okay, so I'm just going to trust them now that I belong at this belt level and then grow into this position. I hope to pass this on to my son and maybe my future children someday. So thank you. Love you.